We often hear phrases like money doesn't bring you happiness, material things, they'll never bring you happiness and true fulfillment. And you see, we intuitively know this, and yet there's a part of us that still wants those things. And I'm not saying that necessarily is bad, because I myself sometimes desire those things. But what I've realized from personal experience when I'm reflecting back on my life, I realized the times that I was actually the most content were the times where I wasn't buying things, like material things. I didn't spend money on things that I didn't really need. Last year, during 2023, the end of 2023 into the beginning of 2024, I purchased quite a bit of items because I was making a good amount of money. I was making a few $1,000s a month passively from online income, and I felt pretty good making that kind of money. And so I started buying things because I wanted to feel happy. And so I bought new things. I bought a new MacBook. I already had one. I bought a new Apple Watch. Already had one. And I bought a new Xbox. Already had one. All of these things I bought, I already had, so I didn't necessarily need it, but I convinced myself that I wanted to upgrade. And those things brought happiness for a few days, right in the moment, and then a few days after. After that, it basically became something that it was like, it's like I've had this all along. And that's the thing about buying material things. It's not that those things are bad. It's not that that you shouldn't buy those things or that you shouldn't want them, but you shouldn't be looking at them as if they're going to fulfill you. And these aren't just related to things like big purchases. They're even small things that you buy daily. For example, you might think that happiness is going to come from a Happy Meal, right? You think it's going to come from some drink that you buy, bubble tea or something, right? You crave those things because you think it's going to fulfill you. But it's not long-term pleasure. You're not going to actually get anything from it. In fact, often what happens is after you buy those things, your happiness actually drops below where it was before. Again, it's not because those things are necessarily bad. It's because you were trying to fulfill yourself with something outside of yourself. Happiness comes from within. That was something that I recognized many years ago. It was back in 2018. I was in this stage where, honestly, I wish I could have recorded these moments in my life, because I had so many insights during this period where I realized things that I hadn't ever realized before. And the fact was, I forgot about them even years later. But I already knew this because I was so fulfilled during this period in my life. So fulfilled. During 2018, I felt so happy. And guess what? I actually didn't have that many material goods. In fact, during this time, I actually found that I was reducing those things, selling things, getting rid of some things that I realized I didn't need anymore. Clothes in my closet, some different computer accessories, just a bunch of things that I was like, I don't really need this anymore. I could sell this. Not so I could make more money and then buy something new, but simply because I realized that the happiness doesn't come from these items. They're not going to fulfill me. In fact, I felt way better knowing that I didn't have so much. It's a weird feeling. You think that you're going to get the fulfillment from getting more and more things, more money, more items. But it doesn't come from that. Happiness is created within you when you feel that sense of gratitude for everything that's around you, not the things that you own necessarily, but your life. When you're grateful for your life, the people that are in it, every experience, every moment that you had, whether it was painful or pleasurable, everything. Being grateful for what's around you right here. Look at the beauty that's in nature. That's where true fulfillment and happiness comes from. And there's so many times in my life where I just missed out on that. I forgot about it. I realized it back in 2018. And years later, got caught up in the cycle of buying things and not feeling fulfilled. And I wish I could have shared this message to myself to remind myself at that time, saying this is not going to fulfill you. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it, but is this what you actually need, or do you need some time to focus on what you're grateful for? to go out in nature and actually reflect on your life and to appreciate what's around you. That's far more fulfilling. You know, there was this trip that I went on last year as well. So when I was buying all these different items that I mentioned, I also went on a trip. Again, I said I was making a decent amount of money during this time, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go spend it on myself. I want to go enjoy it. And you know what? My mental health during this time was not very good. It wasn't at its lowest, but it wasn't good at all. And when I went on this trip, I was expecting it to fulfill me. I was expecting to feel so amazing, but I didn't feel that way. In fact, there was one night on the trip that I actually felt quite upset, unhappy, kind of lonely. And I was like, I don't understand. I have all this money now. I'm in some beautiful, warm place, and yet I don't feel happy. I don't feel fulfilled. Why? It's because I was seeking happiness outside of myself. I wasn't even appreciating what was around me. It was more in a feeling of lack, even with everything that I had in that moment. Even indulging in all that extra food, even getting the beautiful sun, everything like that, right? I had everything that I thought I wanted, and I still wasn't happy. Now contrast that to right now. Think about it. I'm actually recording this outside while it's like negative, 5 degrees or more. My hands are actually pretty cold right now, and yet there's a smile on my face. I genuinely feel happy right now. If you were to share this with me a year ago when I was on that trip, I'd be like, wait, why is he happy and I'm not? That doesn't make any sense. But it does make sense when you realize that the things that you buy won't bring you happiness. It's not the material things. It's about the experiences that you have. It's about being fulfilled and being grateful in the moment for the things that are around you. All those small moments, that's what matters. I really hope you don't make the same mistakes that I did. I really hope that you don't go and spend money on things that you don't actually need. I'm not saying not to spend the money once again. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that you should just reflect on where you're at right now and see what can you be grateful for. Because it's through gratitude that you're really going to find fulfillment and happiness. It's not going to be in big purchases, small purchases, trips, none of those things. It's not there. That's not where happiness is found. It's found within. And you're the only one who can bring that happiness. It doesn't even come from, and here's like a side point before I close off this video. A side point, it doesn't even come from other people. A large part of my life I spent chasing a feeling of happiness from other people, trying to latch onto them, hoping that they would somehow fulfill me, this void that was inside of me. Wishing that they would just somehow brighten my day in a way where now I feel like my life is fulfilling. But while you may get it once in a while from people, all that does is create a sense of neediness within you. So you're constantly seeking those people because you can't stand firm in your own identity. And this is a deep topic. It could actually go on to be a whole nother video. But the fact is that that was the place that I was in before. I was constantly trying to find that fulfillment and happiness from other people. That's a recipe to basically destroy the relationships you have with people. What you want to do is find that happiness within, because at that point, people will be attracted to you. They will want to come seek you out. When you are needy, you repel other people. When you come from a place of abundance, of fulfillment, of gratitude, things come towards you. I know this sounds kind of mystical, and I don't like the way some people talk about this, like it's, you talk about law of attraction and stuff like that, and they say like, oh, I'm manifesting stuff. Those people, I don't think even understand what they're talking about, to be honest. And this is a side tangent, but I just want you to understand that like attracts like. There's no doubt about it. People want to be around happy people. When you're a happy person, you're going to attract more people just like you. When you're miserable, when you're unhappy, you're going to attract more of that into your life. So what I'm trying to get at here is that you want to stand firm in your own identity. You want to feel that happiness come from within you, not from external things, not from people, and not from material things. It comes from within. And that's the main purpose of this entire video. I really hope that this video was helpful to you. And I would love to hear from you in the comments. Maybe you have your own experience you'd like to share with me or other people that watch this video. I appreciate you watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.